Alright guys, here we are with the Sha of Fear, the last boss of Tier 14. Um, this video is going to be a little bit tough to do. Only got several pulls on the boss, only happened to actually fraps one of them as the hard drive filled up. And it's fairly short, so probably going to be cutting and editing the same pull, so just giving you a heads up there. Basically, as you can see, pull him, once he's pulled, there is a beam of light in the middle. What happens is it deflects. You can kind of see it in a V shape around the raid, and it causes him to focus on that person in the beam, which should be your tank. Standing inside the V of light reduces all damage taken by 10% from the Sha, as well as deflects his breath, as you can see right there. Throughout the encounter, he does spawn terror spawns. Now, you can't damage these guys from the front, very similar to Will of Emperor. As you can see, the raid was really bad. There's only 2 of us on this ad. You know, DPS really should be splitting up and bursting these things down as soon as possible. It's a very high damage fight, so you want to minimize it, and these spawns do shoot out some terror bolts that hit pretty hard. So, you know, you really want to get the DPS on these things. You can see them on the ground. They are avoidable, but, you know, when you can bring them down as quickly, you know, as you can, there's no reason to not take care of these mobs. Here you see some DPS actually starting to come over it, and you just see this thing melt. You know, like I said, again, there's no reason to not get on this mob at all. Very low health, and you know, it's just a good thing for the raid if you can do it. However, that is what you don't want to happen. You don't want to get caught with a breath while you're outside of it. Will do an ass ton of damage, as well as fear you for 5 seconds. So that's about the last thing you want to do. You want to make sure you're back inside. Things like run speed increases, warlock portals, things like that will be very beneficial to your raid to get them in and out for it here. Alright, here you see he's sending us off to fight the Guardian. Now, what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to have 5 people sent, a healer, a tank, 3 DPS is, I do believe, what it's supposed to be, and you just fight this crossbow guy. Tank obviously should be picking it up and tanking it. There are a few abilities that are kind of random generated. Here you see these orbs. I'm running to pick these orbs up because while they do damage to me, they also will heal him. Basically, the way it works does some large amount of shadow damage. I think it's like 80,000 before absorbs and mitigation, but gives you a full regen of all your resources. So it's actually a really big thing that you want healers to be grabbing while they're in there, because of the fact that you know, if the healers are grabbing these things, well, now you don't have to worry about mana issues. Just kind of go over the other things they do while they're in there. They've got a it's called Dread Spray. Pretty simple. Basically rapid fires for 8 seconds. During that time, he's untauntable, and it's a conal effect, kind of like a multi-shot. And each time you get hit, it stacks. Every 2 stacks, you do get feared. The Death Blossom, it spins around in a circle. Basically, AoE to everyone down there. You really want to pop, you know, personal cooldowns for that, stuff like that. And then, of course, the globe that I mentioned. Now, the big thing of this is when you kill these guys, you go back to the normal realm, and you gain 60% increased damage and 60% movement speed, and immunity to any fear effects for 30 seconds. So this is kind of where you really want to be. Really massively increase your damage output on the raid. So that's something that you want to do. There's 3 guardians. So It's you will get that 3 times, so you need to ensure that when you do get ported down there, that you are focusing the shit out of the boss, that you are using your personal DPS cooldowns, probably when you want to use your potion and all those things. So that's very important for those DPS to be aware of. Other than that, the fight on normal mode, isn't that effective. Isn't that complicated. Ton of tank damage. Every 4th attack, it's basically he does a triple attack on the tank. The breath should never have to worry about. He throws the skull, which you could see the blue shit pulsating on the ground. Just get out of it. And then the other thing is just getting out to the ads. Pretty simple encounter. If you guys enjoyed this series of guides for the Terrace of Endless Springs, please like, thumbs up, subscribe, comment on them. These videos were done at the urging of some guildies because we never had the chance to test Terrace of Endless Springs as a guild, and a lot of people just never, for whatever reason, were able to get into a group or get enough together to do so. So did it to help them out, to ensure that they're a little more prepared. But it's something that could definitely be up for doing in the future. Not terribly hard to do. I'm already making the videos as it is. Can very easily get this done on PTRs ahead of time, so you've got it up front. But it'll just mainly be something that kind of play by ear, play by feedback, played by exposure. If obviously if it's helping the community a great deal, or something I'll continue to do. So feel free to share these with your guild, on your realm, anything like that. And any questions, comments, feel free to leave. And like I said, if you enjoyed them, if you want to see this continue on through the remainder of Mr. Pandaria, just make sure you thumbs up, subscribe, comment, like it, and enjoy your time in Pandaria here in a few days.